Good morning, learners. I want to take a minute to stress that if you don't have a book that you're reading right now, physical book, ebook, or audiobook, that you're going to need to get one. So you should already be finished with the first book that you were reading for the semester. You should have been done with that on March 11th. That was the end of the quarter. And then you should have been rolling into a new book. If you didn't, luckily for you, we seem to have quite a bit of extra time on our hands. So we're primarily going to focus on your independent reading in the coming weeks leading up to and after spring break. Just to kind of push you guys to get through that second book. If you've already read book 2, 3, 4, 5, great. You have extra time to read. But I do really want to press upon you to follow core values of responsibility and trust and push yourself. Please read 10 minutes every day, at least, if not more. I missed that reading time in class, and I found that last week I got so busy with distance learning that I wasn't reading daily either. So I wrote out a schedule, and now I've got 30 minutes of reading a day as part of my daily schedule. So please, I encourage you to do the same. I do want to show you, if you don't have a physical book or you finished your physical book, I do want to show you how to access eBooks and audiobooks again. So originally I had recommended doing that through Overdrive, and I've honestly found that Miss Brower was right. Imagine that. That I prefer the Sora app. So to get to Sora, you can either download the app on your phone. It's S-O-R-A. It looks like right here with this little blue guy. Or you can access it through your Chromebook as well. And what I love about Sora too is that you can download your ebooks and audiobooks. So if you don't have good internet at home, but you're visiting a family member, or you can download it using your data and then not use any more data, or download it when you have Wi-Fi, then you have access to it even if your internet or Wi-Fi goes out. So what you're going to do is go to WCCS, Follett, F-O-L-L-E-T-T, Follett.wccsonline.com, and I'll put the link on the agenda. It is also in the project folder too. You're going to click on the high school. This should look familiar. We've been here before. And then this is where the symbol is going to come up. You want to click on Sora Overdrive. So this little blue alien ghost guy that's flying through space, click on him. Okay, and you're going to go ahead and it's going to load. It may ask you to log in. I'm already logged in, so you can see my current audiobook that I'm reading, which I highly recommend. It's very different and not something I would normally read, but it's good. And then you've got this tab over here on the right. I have my public library, so if you have a Peabody library card, you can click and add your public library as well. Move this guy out of my way. You can change all your download settings and things like that here. So if I am looking for a new book, you can see the books that I've read in my progress. It makes recommendations because I've downloaded so many, so it tells me books that I might like. Or you can simply click on the binoculars at the bottom and go down to Explore. Now, you can search for a book up here. It's going to automatically give me teen reads, and then I can narrow a little bit more there. Juvenile is going to be a little bit more middle school grade. Young adult is going to be a little bit more high school. So you can narrow by subject. They always have some kind of special. So for Black History Month, that's how I have found the book that I'm currently reading, the Akata Witch book. And you can see it's a lot of audiobooks. I think that's because I have mine set to give me audiobooks by default, because that's mostly what I read. So, yep, so my preferences are set to audiobooks. You could switch that to any. And then it should pop out and give you any. Apply. Okay, so now you can see I have a lot. So now you can see I have a lot more options. If I want to borrow one of these books, you can click on it. You can read more about it. It's going to give you a whole bunch of information. It'll give you related based on what genre it's in, related books. You can read a sample of it if you want to take a peek before you download it. Now this one's an ebook, so I'm going to be able to read it on my screen. Okay. If I decide I want this book, I can borrow it. It's going to open it automatically. And I just went and explored a little bit, and it looks like as soon as you borrow the book, it's automatically downloaded. So that should be all you need to know. Audiobooks will work much the same way. Okay, you can always go in your preferences and narrow. Again, I'm going to set mine back up to do audiobooks. You can do young adult as your audience. That way it's constantly weeding out kind of those younger grade books that you just saw pop up. All right, so this is how you use Sora to get ebooks and audiobooks. Some of you, if you don't have a physical book, this is going to be your only option at this point.